Happy Friday, everybody. It's September 12th, and today on Game Rant, Neil Druckmann explains the future of Naughty Dog after Intergalactic and beyond. Nintendo announces a brand new Fire Emblem for Switch 2, and Hades 2 on console finally has a release date.
Hear me now as I declare that the heroic games have begun!
Earlier today, Nintendo streamed their latest Nintendo Direct presentation, producing some heavy-hitting franchises including the long-running turn-based strategy series Fire Emblem. The newest entry is dubbed Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave, and thus far information is limited to what we see in the trailer. For longtime fans, we get a brief glimpse of combat in the familiar red and blue square grid system the series is known for, with a one-on-one fight but also a 3 versus 1 fight that appears to be summoning dozens of soldiers, as well as an ever-so-slight view of a hub world showing plenty of NPCs wandering about. But for you newcomers, Fire Emblem usually involves a robust story mode with dozens of characters you'll meet, interact with, and potentially develop a relationship with and between each other. Traditionally, the narrative has been centered around a complex break in a centuries-old conflict between 2 or more warring camps. But this newest game doesn't appear to be quite as dramatic, at least not yet, with the events taking place at the heroic games, as well as a brief ending of what appears to be Solus from the fan-favorite Fire Emblem Three Houses. Nintendo says fans can expect it sometime next year.
Jordan?
Tell me something good.
Well, you're right, it checks out. He's hiding out around this Imperium moon.
Excellent.
Naughty Dog has been thrilling PlayStation fans for over 30 years with their origins on Crash Bandicoot all the way to The Last of Us Part 2. One of the longest tenured senior figures currently at the company is studio head Neil Druckmann. And in a recent interview with entertainment news outlet Variety, Mr. Druckmann explained his reasons for stepping away from television production and, relevant to our story, what players can expect after Intergalactic and what guides their overall decision-making. Quote, "We don't tend to plan too much in the future. When we finished The Last of Us Part 2 and that was highly successful for us, we were debating whether we should just go straight into The Last of Us 3. And we had a really long period where we looked at ideas for maybe what could be in that game. We have Uncharted as an IP, we have Jak and Daxter as an IP, but the team was really excited to do this sci-fi thing that we've been talking about for a while. And that's where our passions lie, so that's where we're moving forward. I'm sure if Intergalactic is successful, you will see it again. Whether that be our next game right after, I can't say, and I leave that door open."
We've created an art gallery that displays character illustrations drawn during the development of different games. There are also illustrations and pixel art from the Mario series.
It might be a little hard to believe, but yes, tomorrow, September 13th, marks the 40th anniversary of Super Mario Bros. Releasing on the Famicom in Japan. And to celebrate, Nintendo has announced new games, new re-releases, and even a new movie. First and foremost, Yoshi is getting a brand new Switch 2 game in Yoshi and the Mysterious Book. Launching this spring, the game uses a staggered frame rate animation style and takes place within the pages of Mr. Encyclopedia. Also brand new and launching February 12th is Mario Tennis Fever. The latest in the long-running sports franchise will include a story mode involving the Mario babies and new effects from Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Speaking of which, an updated version of Wonder with all new multiplayer modes is coming to Switch 2 and will launch sometime in spring of 2026. All of this is meant as a lead-up to this April's Super Mario Galaxy movie, which will see the returning cast of the first film as well as a tease of things not seen in the games before. Good news for those who can't wait till next year, Nintendo has announced a new package including Super Mario Galaxy 1 and Super Mario Galaxy 2 will arrive on October 2nd. Releasing on the Nintendo Switch 1 and the Nintendo Switch 2, this is notable because while Galaxy 1 has been previously available, this will be the first re-release of Galaxy 2 since its launch 15 years ago. Both games can be picked up physically and digitally for $70 or separate digital copies for $40 each. We've got a whole bunch of news and not much time for filler. It's a quick news blast. Following several cloud service-based versions, the mainline and modern Resident Evil franchise will be joining the Switch 2 with native versions coming on February 27, 2026. This includes the all-new Resident Evil Requiem as well as the previously released Resident Evil 7 Biohazard and Resident Evil Village. A first-generation Pokemon is getting their very own game for the first time. The copyability-based Ditto will help how Pokemon work together in a society in Pokemon Pokopia. According to Game Freak, this will also mark the series' first foray into life sim mechanics. Hades 2 will launch on September 25th for Switch and Switch 2. And good news for next-gen owners, the Switch 2 version will support 120 frames per second. However, this will only be available while docked on a separate display. Capcom has announced the Mega Man Star Force Legacy Collection, including all versions of all 3 games, re-releasing them for the first time since the Nintendo DS. Expect a launch date sometime next year. And finally, Borderlands 4 Steam reviews continue to stay at mixed, with waves of reviews commenting on the game's poor performance on even the most modern of PC builds, while other, more positive reviews say the game remains at a manageable 60 frames per second if left under 1440p, which is certainly showing a disparity between fans and the positive professional reviews. Why not check out Christian Buckley's latest review roundup all about Borderlands 4 to see what we mean? Link in the description below. Keep clicking around here at Game Rant, and have a great weekend, everybody!